Hello children, how are you all? I am sure you all are waiting for your English classes because the story is very interesting. Yes, we are doing Honeydew Unit 1, the best Christmas present in the world, and this is the fourth part of this unit, which is written by Michael Morpurgo. Now the story goes like this, that the author visits a junk shop, he sees a roll-top desk, he brings it home, and as he was repairing it, just a day before Christmas, he finds a secret place. And what he finds there? Yes, he receives an envelope. And we are continuing about a letter which he receives in that envelope. The letter that describes about how both the armies, now we are talking about the war of 1914, the First World War. Both the armies enjoyed Christmas during the war. Which war it is? Yes, 1914 war. And who are the two armies? We have German soldiers and British soldiers. Now, German soldiers are also known as Fritz, which you all know. And their uniform, which it is mentioned, is grey coat. And the captain of this soldier group is Mr. Hans Wolf. Then we have Tommy. Tommy is the name given to British soldiers. They are also called as Englishmen. And they are wearing khaki uniform. Okay, khaki uniform. It is mentioned in the chapter. And who is their officer? Mr. Jim Macpherson. And as we were reading the letter, since we couldn't continue it, we could not finish it during the last video, we will be reading today the remaining part of this letter. And in the letter, we also find one more interesting thing is about their occupation, their profession. Hans Wolf. Mr. Hans Wolf, who is a German soldier, who is a German captain, Hans Wolf is a cello player in an orchestra. So before joining the army, he was playing a cello in the orchestra. And till there I finish. Now we will be proceeding further. In that we will be reading that Mr. Jim Macpherson, he mentions about his occupation, and you will find that he was a teacher before joining the army. So let's proceed with the chapter and find some more interesting facts about this. Children, as I have already mentioned in the introduction part, that now both the army's captain and the officer, they are introducing each other. So in the previous video we saw that Hans Wolf was introducing, so he mentioned that he used to work as a cello player in an orchestra, and now it was turn of Jim Macpherson. So see what is written. Captain Jim Macpherson, now he is introducing. I replied, and a happy Christmas to you too. I am a school teacher from Dorset in the west of England. So he used to teach the children there. Ah, Dorset, he smiled. So at once Hans Wolf said, yes, I know this place. I know it very well. We shared my rum ration and his excellent sausage. So they were sharing their drinks and food with each other. And we talked. Connie, how we talked. Now Jim is telling to Connie that you should have seen how we were talking to each other like old friends. He spoke almost perfect English. Germans, they are not so good in speaking English. But Hans Wolf, since he has been to England, he knows something about it. Let's see. Let's find out that how he knows such good English. So he was speaking perfect English. But it turned out that he had never set foot in Dorset. He thought that he might have been to England, that's why he speaks so good English, but that was not correct. He has never stepped foot. वो कभी भी Dorset आया नहीं है. Never even been to England. He had learned all he knew of England from school. So he might be a very bright child. That's why whatever he had learned from his school, he has learned it so well that he can speak so good English. And from reading books, see here also it is mentioned. So children, a reminder, read some good books. You will definitely improve your English and you'll improve your vocabulary too. So here also he has mentioned that he had read a lot of English books due to which he had learned this language. His favorite writer was Thomas Hardy. His favorite book, Far from the Madding Crowd. Now, Far from the Madding Crowd is actually the novel's name. So, out there in no man's land, okay, I have mentioned about no man's land, neither yours nor mine. And there they were talking of Bathsheba and Gabriel Oak and Sergeant Troy and Dorset. So, they were talking about the books, novels and places. Just imagine how these two armies, they have forgotten about their weapons, their guns, and they are talking like good old friends. And it gives a message to each and every one us that it's not necessary that always we have to fight and solve the problem. So nicely, so sweetly they are sitting and talking, forgetting their differences. He had a wife and one son. Now this is about Hans Wolf, born just 6 months ago. So he has just left his family behind and he has come for this war. As I looked about me, there were huddles of khaki and grey everywhere. So the soldiers were mingling with each other. So they could see khaki uniform guys, even they could see the grey coat guys, and so nicely they were talking and mingling with each other. And grey everywhere, all over no man's land, smoking, laughing, talking, drinking, eating. Hans Wolf and I shared what was left of your wonderful Christmas cake. So Jim has carried with him the cake which Connie had made. So he's telling that we even shared that. He thought the marzipan was the best he had ever tasted. Now see the meaning of marzipan. A sweet covering on a cake made from sugar, eggs and almonds. He thought that marzipan. So they were discussing about the cake, the sweets made of marzipan. I agreed. We agreed about everything and he was my enemy. He has to give a reminder to himself that I am talking to my enemy. There never was a Christmas party like it, Connie. Okay, it was one of the most memorable parties he ever had. Then someone, I don't know who, brought out a football. Then someone, I don't know who, brought out a football. Okay, in the battlefield there are no guns. They have kept the guns aside and now they are going to play football. Grey coats were dumped in piles to make goalposts. Now see, so creatively they are playing. They don't have a goalpost and all because this is not a football ground. This is a battlefield. तो उन लोगों ने क्या किया, अपने यूनिफॉर्म का जो कोट है वो उसका ढेर बना के रख दिया. They have made a pile of it and that was their goalpost. And the next thing we knew, it was Tommy against Fritz. Out in the middle of no man's land, Hans Wolf and I looked on and cheered. Okay, as they were playing, Hans Wolf and Jim, they were cheering their team, clapping out hands and stamping out feet to keep out the cold as much as anything. You know, in winter also when you clap your hands, when you stamp your feet, it's a very good exercise so that you don't feel that cold. It's just a warming up. So they were also doing, you know, December time, winter season, so how cold it would be. There was a moment when I noticed our breaths mingling. Okay, enemies, but they were friends now. They could feel their breaths mixing in the air between us. He saw it too and smiled. Both of them were having the same feeling. They were experiencing the same thing. Jim Macpherson, he said after a while, I think this is how we should resolve this war. So beautiful. Such a good thought they are having. If you ever want to solve a problem, just have a match. Okay, in a healthy way, we can play and find a solution. The winner could be considered as the army who won the match. A football match. No one dies in a football match. That's very true. No children are orphaned. Yes, this is the piteous part of any war. So many families are disturbed because the death of their loved ones. The children are orphaned. They lose their parents in the battlefield. No wives become widow. Widows means wives, those who lose their husbands. I would prefer cricket. Now, see here. Germans, they are very good in playing football. So he said, Hans Wolff said, why don't we play football? But Jim McPherson, who is an Englishman, who is a British person, he said, we will play cricket because we are good at playing cricket. I told him, then we Tommies could be sure of winning. Okay, जो game जो अच्छे से खेल सकता है, obviously तुम उसमें win कर सकते हो. So he said, Jim is telling that Tommies could win the match then. We laughed at that and together we watched the game. Sad to say, see, this is how they are playing the match. You can see grey coat and khaki coat playing it together. Connie, he's again telling to his wife, Fritz won. It was obvious as it was mentioned that Germans are very good at playing football. So they have won the match. 2-1. But as Hans Wolff generously said, our goal was wider than theirs. He was just trying to be modest. Okay, तो उसने बोला कि theirs was just a wider one. So it wasn't quite fair. The time came and all too soon when the game was finished. Everything was getting over very soon. The schnapps and the rum and the sausage had long since run out. Their food, their drinks, everything got over. And we knew it was all over. I wished Hans well and told him I hoped he would see his family again soon. तो दोनों ने अपने एक दूसरे को विश किया कि जल्दी वो लोग अपने फैमिली के साथ यूनाइटेड हो जाए and they be back with their family. And they even discussed that fighting would end and we could all go home. That was their wish when they departed their ways. I think that is what every soldier wants. Everyone wants it on both sides. Hans Wolff said, take care, Jim McPherson. I shall never forget this moment, nor you. Okay, both of them was knowing that this was one of the best moments in their life which they are never going to forget. He saluted and walked away from me slowly, unwillingly. Okay, तो वहाँ से Hans Wolff salute करके चला गया. उसको जाने का मन नहीं था, but still, unwillingly, I felt. He turned to wave just once and then became one of the hundreds of grey-coated men drifting back towards their trenches. और सब अपने अपने जगह चले गए. Starting में देखा था that they were in their trenches when they waved the white flag. So see, the day got over so soon. That night, back in our dugouts, we heard, now see the dugout, a shelter for soldiers made by digging a hole in the ground. And there they could hear the singing of carols. Now carols are some hymns which are sung during the Christmas time. And they were singing it quite beautifully. सब अपने अपने जगह तो चले गए, but वहाँ से वो लोग carols गा रहे थे. It was Stille Nacht. Stille Nacht means silent night. This is German word. So वो लोग German में गा रहे थे और ये लोग they were singing in English. Our boys gave them a rousing chorus. तो उनके साथ मिलके, chorus means together, of Wild Shepherd's Watch. So just like Antashni, they were singing one carol and here they started singing another one. We exchanged carols for a while and then we all fell silent. That means they all slept. We had a time of peace and goodwill. A time I will treasure as long as I live. I think this would be one of the memorable stories also because it's so different from other stories. Now, this is the concluding part of the letter. Dearest Connie, by Christmas time next year, this war will be nothing but a distant and terrible memory. Okay, वो एक याद बन के रह जाएगी. I know from all that happened today how much both armies long for peace. We all look for peace. No one wants war. We shall be together again soon. I'm sure of it. Now see, this is the promise which he makes to his wife, that we shall be together again soon. Your loving Jim. Let's do comprehension check. First one, who had written the letter to whom and when? Jim Macpherson, a captain in the British Army, had written the letter to his wife Connie. Connie is a proper noun, C capital. Why was the letter written? What was the wonderful thing that had happened? The letter was written to describe a wonderful event. The two armies, the British and the German, fighting against each other, celebrated Christmas together. What jobs did Hans Wolff and Jim Macpherson have when they were not soldiers? Hans Wolff, HNW capital, proper noun, played the cello in the orchestra, and Jim Macpherson was a teacher when they were not soldiers. Fourth one, had Hans Wolff ever been to Dorset? Why did he say he knew it? No. Hans Wolff had never been to Dorset. You know that. We have read it in the chapter. He had only read about Dorset. Again, it's a place, proper noun, D capital, in Hardy's novel Far From the Madding Crowd. Do you think Jim Macpherson came back from the war? How do you know this? No, Jim Macpherson never came back from the war. Okay, that is the saddest part of the story. Perhaps, therefore, his wife Connie had preserved his letter. So children, today's homework is write comprehension check, which is on page number 14, question number 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5 in your notebook. You can see it from the video and copy down all the answers. Take care of your capital letters and full stop. Bye. Take care.